Carla, it's not looking good for you, girl. Did you shoot Madam? Let's get into the episode. It's your boy Jamar back with another video. Back with another banger. Today I'm reviewing All the Queen's Men, Season 5, Episode 7, titled Cell Block 1. And this was a pretty good episode. This was the penultimate episode before the mid-season finale next week. And I cannot wait to see what goes down. So let's get right into the episode. So the episode starts off exactly where it ended last week with Madam electrocuting the pool where Miss Tandy's in. And Miss Tandy basically says, Madam, I promise you, it wasn't me. They had the gun in custody. It's not me. And then Madam's like, if it comes back and it's you, you're going to die. So then, she spares Miss Tandy. So then later on in the episode, Miss Tandy dressing up, trying to hurry up and leave because, Madam already spared her, but she trying to get out of town. She's like, I ain't got time for this. But then Smoke stops her, and Smoke basically tells her she ain't going nowhere and basically explains how he will kill her and this and that and the third. But let me also say, I don't think Miss Tandy shot Madam. I'm not sure who shot Madam, but I don't think it was Miss Tandy. So then Blue and Tommy are, they knock out the dude that, Carla was sleeping with at the club, and they basically interrogate him. And he basically says that, Carla has been taking the car and acting suspicious and this and that and the third. So then they leave him stranded and look for Carla. So then the boy calls Carla to come pick him up, and he tells Carla what happened. Carla's mad. And then she's like, she's panicking. She's figuring out, okay, what do I do now? Because now Tommy and Blue knows what's going on. So then Doc tells Midnight about, him catching feelers for Detective Davis, and Midnight basically just tells him it better be worth it, just watch out, make sure she's not playing you. So then Madam's father, Cadillac, is sleeping with the nurse, and she ends up taking his gun, and the concierge comes in, she ends up turning on him, and basically the concierge wants to call a truce, and he basically agrees to a truce, but then Cadillac ends up killing the nurse, saying, ain't no bitch finna backstab me behind my back and live to see another day. So then Detective Davis tells Naima to hurry up and process the paperwork with evidence that Miss Tandy shot, Madam. So then Midnight has a visitor in VIP. He ends up sleeping with her, and it's the crazy stalker girl. So then, she's, rubbing all over Midnight. He pushes her off of him, and he ends up, cracking her head up on where she bleeds. So he thinks she's dead. So he rushes to Madam's office to tell Madam that, that he thinks he killed someone, and she basically goes to see, and then the person's gone. So then she's like, well, clearly she's still alive, so you better go catch her before she catches you. So Midnight returns to his office. He sees a note that says, oh, I'm really good with knives and this and that there. So Midnight's on high alert, with his gun, okay, I gotta go find this bitch and kill her. The old lady that was sleeping with Babyface, she comes back up to Big D to try to flirt with him. He tells her that she's off limits, and she was like, yeah, we'll see about that. So then Tommy continues flirting with Tony to get information about Carla, but she doesn't really give him that much information, but except for that Carla's not there. So then Carla goes to the police station trying to get arrested. She wants to get arrested so bad. So then literally she tells her to pull up her name. The detective is like, listen, all we got is $80 parking tickets for you. We don't have nothing else for you. So then she ends up pissing on the floor, and she ends up getting herself arrested because I guess she doesn't want to be out there when they find out that it was possibly her that shot Madam. So then Tommy and Blue, they're trying to talk to Madam, and then Madam gets a phone call about Carla being in the police station. So then someone ends up, popping Babyface's tires, and he's like, who did this? And Quincy has a whole smile on his face, so clearly Quincy, busted his tires. Diamond has a nightmare about her having a baby, and Amp and Big D were both, the father and everything, and she wakes up like a panic. El Fuego ends up signing a deal with the virtual reality lady about the Midnight stuff. He signs a contract, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care. So then Amp is trying to reconnect with Tony and basically help her with her bipolar disorder. They end up working out, and he says that they're going to work out, and it's going to help him with the bipolar disorder. So then the concierge pays Madam a visit and asks Madam for them to be a power couple, and Madam refuses and tells them to leave. So then the episode ends with Detective Davis telling Carla that she's been bailed out, and she's like, I don't want to be bailed out. Who bailed me out? And kind of find out Tommy and Blue bailed Carla out, so they can get in touch with her. So that was the end of this episode, and I'll see you guys next week for the mid-season finale of All the Queen's Men. Possibly we're going to find out who shot Madam.